On this week's episode, guys, we drink 10 Roof's Voodoo Pale Ale. Stick around to the end to see how we liked it. We probably didn't like it. And then you're going to hear us rant for a good 45 minutes about a lot of things we don't like. But it was a fun episode. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, all those cool things. Enjoy. Hey, I forgot to say this on the last episode. Go Stros, we won. And fuck all you haters, apparently is what I'm supposed to say.
So you're a huge Astros fans now?
I've always been a fan. Like, I used to go to the games as a kid. I watched all the games. But, yeah, I just
starting to be a bit much.
I don't let sports really, like, bother me. Like, if it's on, I'll watch it, but I don't watch any at home.
Right.
If I'm out and it's on TV, I'll get
You'll pay
into
attention.
it.
Yeah.
But other than that, I didn't care. I
Yeah.
went and watched all the Stros games, though. Like, once they got to the playoffs. It's a little hard to go see games, like, on weekdays. I don't get out of, like, my routine, really.
Not only that, it's the drive down there, the parking, it this.
Oh, you
and
mean,
that.
like, going to the actual ball game? Yeah, I don't do that. No. Too old for that now.
Yeah.
I went to those metal concerts that I was prepping for. Didn't even drink. Was out till 12:30.
Wrecked the next day.
Next day, I felt so hungover. Like, what the hell's going on?
Motherfucker, you old.
Yeah, I was like, dude, what is going on? I don't drink any more than 2 drinks ever.
Right.
And it doesn't bother me. Like, I don't get hungover. I haven't been hungover in over 2 years. But if I go to a concert and stay up late,
it's just wrecked.
Like, what the hell just happened?
If you're not getting your full 7-8 hours of sleep.
To think I used to drink like 37 brewskis and not sleep and then get up and do it again multiple days in a row.
Yeah.
No wonder why I started to lose my marbles. Like, golly, because I stay up one day now and I'm done. Like, I got to work because that last concert I went to was on a Thursday or on a Wednesday. I got to work Thursday morning and I could have sworn I drank like a handle of cheap under the shelf vodka.
Yeah.
Like McCormick's plastic bottle, just pounded it.
Just nasty.
Like, dude, I have drank enough water. Like, why am I feeling like this? Anywho, speaking of drinking, we got another beer. And this one I'm going to let you take off on because it's from your home state.
It's from Baton Rouge, but it ain't like I know anything about Tin Roof Brewing, but this is their Voodoo.
We've done them before.
Yes, we have.
And if I remember right off the top of my head, it wasn't bad at all.
Oh, I thought it was shitty.
Oh, well, maybe I'm missing out on the... Which Tin Roof was it?
We've done Tin Roof before.
Yeah, no, we've
I just
done
don't
Tin
know
Roof.
Which one. But this is the American Pale Ale, which...
God, if you fuck up a pale
I'm
ale...
about to say, in my opinion...
If you fuck up a pale ale, then you might want to get out of the beer industry.
Yeah.
I really feel like this is like something as a craft brewery you should have like
Bella.
locked out.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to experiment with other things, double, triple IPAs, juicy, hazy, stouts, coffee stout, you get the point. You want to start exploring, maybe you're not that good. But pale ale seems very basic. What can you tell us about this can, bud?
It has a skull on it.
It's a very cool looking can.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
With some like ghost hops.
Art. Yeah. It really does look good. The eyes are 2 different colors and whatnot.
So when I looked up these guys, they this is one of their staples. This is like one of their like mainstays.
Yeah, I think this was one of their original beers.
Yep.
Just like rain falling on a tin roof, there's nothing more confident than that first sip of Tin Roof beer. Brewed to perfection in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Tin Roof is all culture, all way, our beer.
Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge. You got to know how to say it. Rouge.
Rouge.
Rouge. Baton Rouge.
It's like a Donald Trump sound.
Wow.
It was huge.
Wow.
Rouge. I don't know. Well,
there's certain people that say it a certain way from where I'm from.
So you're Jesus, you're below I-10.
Yes.
I was explaining this to some people that watch our videos.
If you're north of I-10, you're a fucking Yankee.
I said that to them, and then I said, as I said that out loud, I says, that sounds crazy, because I-10 is literally like right on the fucking Gulf. So anywhere below 10 square miles of Louisiana, you consider them a Yankee?
That's like 50 miles away the crow flies. Yeah. But I mean, give or take a few.
That's a very small portion of Louisiana, my friend.
North of I-10, you're a fucking Yankee.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is. I mean, I get why y'all would say that, and that sounds cool to say, but it's like that's a lot of state still left.
Yes, it is.
So it is Baton Rouge. You say
Rouge.
Rouge. Okay. And how far is that from Houston?
From Houston, Baton Rouge is about 4 hours. 4-hour drive.
And then how close did you grow up from Baton Rouge?
45 minutes.
Oh. So they're considered Yankees, but they're just above I-10 to you?
Well, it depends where at in Baton Rouge. Are you north of I-10?
Oh, that's right, because it cuts right through.
Baton Rouge.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
So
I-10.
Yep. Wow.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to? Do they allow you to go over the underneath the freeway? I guess.
I could do whatever I want.
That is crazy. I didn't even think. Yeah, because I-10 goes right through Baton Rouge.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. All right. Well, something funny I noticed this week. I thought we would talk about it. Let's talk gym stuff. So trainers. I know I mentioned to you this on Tuesday or last Tuesday, the last time I saw you. Just shitty trainers or good trainers.
Mm-hmm.
I know a couple of really good trainers, but I saw this one guy. I've been doing chest Friday mornings.
Mm-hmm.
Place is pretty empty at Alphaland. And in the mornings at that time, there's a lot of like training, personal training going on. I guess people getting their workouts in before work. Also, it's a little emptier, so they probably feel a little more comfortable. Because most of the time when you've got a personal trainer, you may be a little out of shape. Yeah. Maybe you're a little nervous about coming in, and you shouldn't be.
Right.
But yes, I'm guessing that's why they do that time. But this dude was showing this other guy a machine. Flies. What's that machine called though, where you actually like hold the two things and
the pec deck?
No. But you go straight up for your shoulder workout.
The shoulder fly machine.
Yeah, shoulder fly. He was using that, and the guy was doing it wrong. Look, I'm not a genius when it comes to all the machines. I kind of go to you. You're like the Bible for those type of machines, and so you've kind of helped me with a form on that. I don't know a lot, but the way he was doing it was definitely not right. Like his elbows were straight down, and he was like, and the dude's just sitting there on his phone. Like he's chatting with him, like he's friendly. Basically, he's just a workout buddy, not an instructor trainer.
Listening to him.
It just blew my mind, dude.
Yeah.
Just sitting there on his phone. This older gentleman, I could have easily just walked over and been like, "Hey, man, tighten this up, move this over here." You're gonna see a lot of good results. You're also probably not gonna get hurt. Have you seen any of that? Just like the typical. My thing is this: if you are at least attempting to train somebody, that's good. But I have seen countless amount of trainers on their phones. Like, what job is it professional to be on your phone?
Yes.
Much less when you are doing one-on-one training with somebody.
Right.
Being on your phone.
Not only that, I mean, your client could hurt themselves. How shitty are you gonna feel that you?
I don't think they would feel shitty, to be honest with you. The people that get on their phones while training, I know a few personally. I don't want to hang out with them. Like, they're self-absorbed. Yeah. They're assholes.
Yeah.
So they probably just shouldn't be training. Like, just stick to your own shit.
So there's 100% trainers are needed.
Yes.
For people. I mean, there's a reason people make a living doing it, because there's a need for it.
Yeah.
And I think that people, like you said, they just kind of nervous to come in there, or too self-conscious to try to go learn on their own.
Hell, I'm self-conscious, and I know what I'm doing.
Right. So, but on the other hand, if you're a shitty trainer and somebody hurts themselves, you should feel bad as fuck, and you should be reconsidering if you want to do that for a living.
Yeah.
I mean,
I instructed a CrossFit, which is highly dangerous, and I don't know how many injuries per se happened on my watch. It's hard to tell. Nothing ever really happened on site. Wear and tear over time, highly possible.
Yeah. But not like somebody did a snatch and threw their shoulder
yeah,
out.
because I allowed them or I wasn't paying attention. I did have one instance where a guy came in late, and we were bench pressing that day. It was a Friday morning. And when he came in late, I told him, I said, you need to do these warm-ups before you can bench. Like, I don't feel like – no, I didn't never let somebody come in late to my class, really ever, much less just start lifting. So I said, do these warm-ups. Oh, no, I don't have time, or I don't feel like it, you know. Said, hey, like, you got to do them. Like, just do the workout later. You're going to get a workout. Just don't do the bench press. You can hurt yourself. I must have said it 10 times, and finally I was like, look, it's on you. Like, okay. You know, as long as you've heard that out of my mouth, that's on you. And sure enough, he tore his pec. That's the one time I had somebody get hurt in a class of mine, and it's because that person was too stubborn and would not listen to me at all.
And so it's on them.
Yeah, and then, I mean, he came back and like apologized. Oh my God, and he continued to work out there, but it was on me. And I was like, yeah, I didn't feel like I told you numerous times, and then and then I said, go light. The dude started trying to go up heavy. I'm like, dude, you can only do so much. I look back on that in hindsight, and I should have told him to get the fuck out of there. But you want me to be rude to you because you're, you know what I mean?
You're late.
Being, you know what I mean? Like, you want me to change who I am?
Thing. Yeah.
So if I'm running a business here, you want me to be an asshole to you? Is that what you want? That's not what I'm here to do.
Right.
I'm here to facilitate what you're doing. But I don't know where I'm going with that. But if I were to take this whole entire conversation we're having right now and focus it and try and change people's lives with it, get off your fucking phone if you're an instructor. Jesus Christ, dude. Like, help the people you are working with.
They pay you to improve their life.
You
looking at your phone will not improve their life.
Correct.
Whatsoever.
I personal trained, I want to say 3 people while I was owning that CrossFit gym. And not one of them did I ever look at my phone unless I had my notepad out, because I had I was detail oriented with each of the people that I trained, had all their, you know, what they did the week before. If they were doing sprints, what was their time on the 4 sprints? What was their row time? How many lifts did they do? What percentage did they? I had all of that. That's the only thing I looked at.
Right.
No texting, no like, oh, you know, what's going on real quick. Looking down, it was literally notes and then full engagement with that person because they're paying me to be there.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you're paying for. If you want to pay me to talk to you, like, I could do that too, but this is here for training.
I could imagine. So I've never trained anybody. I never will. But I could imagine probably 50% of the trainers out there are somewhat a psychologist.
Yeah.
To that person. Because I could just about imagine some of these people coming in.
Yeah, I had a lot
of just venting.
I had a lot of deep talks.
Yeah.
But that did not negate what we were there for.
100%.
And it's funny because yes, that is like, hey, like sometimes you have to stop. Like, look, hey, focus in real quick, get this done while you're trying to breathe again, then you can talk.
Yeah.
But yeah, they really is. They come in and they want to have a deep. You may be their only friend,
right?
You may be the only person they're talking to.
Oh, they comfortable enough to tell you the shit that's bothering them.
Not to mention, like when I work out with you and Henry, like I talk to you guys because I don't really hang out with too many people outside of work, especially during the week. It's kind of home and that's it. But also, it's a good way to like get through the pain sometimes because it's like you push yourself to failure and then it's just like I'll turn and just start laughing about other shit. And it's just a way to like not think about like, fuck, this set's coming up. This is going to hurt, you know? Yeah, that's the only reason why I would talk between sets with somebody maybe. But yeah.
I try not to talk too much because
you're not much of a talker.
I don't like Henry too much, so I try not to talk to him too much, you know?
Yeah, there's a fine balance. I find that I talk too much probably than not enough. But at the same time, like, if it's my time to go, like, it's my time to go, and I'm going to fucking crank it out.
Right.
So, usually, you know, I got to find that balance. Which brings up a good topic, like, would you rather work out by yourself or with someone for the most part? You're not going to hurt anybody's feelings. Henry sucks. You work out with Henry, Heath, Colt. God damn. You work out with a lot of fucking people.
I work out with two men.
For somebody that says they're not a personal trainer, I feel like you personal training quite a bit.
No, I'm just, no. I'm not personal trainer, no.
Come to think of it, I'm like the lone wolf. I don't work out with anybody. When I got to work out with you and Henry that other day, y'all came in on a random Monday. I'm at that gym every day by myself, except for Tuesday. Tuesday y'all are there, and I don't even work out with y'all. Y'all are doing y'all's own things, and then we pepper conversation in between, and then after I'm done, usually I'm done before you guys. I'll come over and talk, but I work out a lot by myself, and you seem like the person that would work out by themselves more, and I would want to be around people. Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. My brain is scattered. I had a lot of caffeine. I would rather work out with somebody, I think, than be by myself. That by myself shit gets kind of boring.
No, I enjoy both of them.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I think sometimes you need to work out with somebody to push yourself even harder. Even though if they don't push you, you're going to put me personally, if I'm working out with somebody, I tend to
add more weight.
Yeah, I mean,
submit to my strength, you son of a bitch.
I mean,
I get what you're saying.
You're gonna try to do a little bit extra because you know somebody's there to help you to push through those few extra reps or something.
It was a lot of fun working out with you guys.
So that was fun. That's the part where I like working out with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other hand, sometimes I just love going in the garage. And just working out by myself, getting there, get it done.
That's when you handle your demons, bro. That's when you handle your demons. I'm like, damn, I must have killed a lot of demons. All I do is work out by myself. This morning, it was nice getting to talk to somebody this morning. He was beside me, he was squatting, and I look over and he doesn't bail, but he goes down and then leaves the weights on the rack thing, and he's kind of like, oh, shit. So, he kind of looks at me. I look at him. I could tell he needed some help. He goes, can you help me put this up? I said, yeah. I said, you good? And he was like, oh, yeah, I just put the safety racks too high. He was kind of a short dude, and he bottomed out on it and was like, shit. I guess he couldn't come back up after it kind of rocked or whatever. And so I got to chat with him a little bit, and then he kind of watched me squat. And maybe I'm like, all right, fuck, I got to get some weight on this bitch. And so, yeah, working out with somebody, that's the way to go.
Sometimes.
Yeah. No, for me, I need more of that. Because then I get in my own head, and then I don't get anything done because I'm too busy thinking about other things.
Thinking about how your fingers are going to wrap around your phone and everything else.
From last week's episode. All right, let me see what we got here. We went on a tangent. That wasn't even anything we were going to talk about. How important is it to go through the motions with going to the gym?
What? Give me more context than just going through the motions. Like just going to the gym just to say you're working out?
Kind of. You're getting burnt out with working out.
Okay.
And it's always the same. You show up every Monday, you do this. Show up every Tuesday, you do this. Is it more important to keep going and then break through that? Or just to kind of like not go a day or two? I guess that boils down to also consistency as well.
Yeah, because it's kind of a catch-22.
Always showing up, I think, is more important than taking a day off. Unless you're talking about injury and all that.
So, do you need that day off?
Probably not.
So your body's not wrecked. You could keep going. It's just...
Or your mind's being a little bitch.
Right. So you're like, fuck, I just want to take a day off. I feel I deserve one.
Or it was let's be more realistic.
Okay.
It was a tough day at work.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a tough day at work.
No. Go in.
Yeah, so you go in, you go through the motions. Say like you were going to take off that day, you're worn out. Your work has genuinely been kicking your ass.
Okay.
And fuck, you want to go home, but you're trying to keep this habit of showing up to the gym Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, whatever your schedule is, keeping that schedule to yourself. So for me, sometimes like Wednesday, I don't want to go. I'm tired from work. working out by myself. Wednesday's a very hard deadlift workout that I will never miss. But sometimes I've showed up not probably being able to push it because work was kind of tough that day. And I just kind of go through the motions. I put the weight on like a good 80% of my max, and I don't push it. I just kind of go through the motions. I guess if you're a runner, going through the motions would be like walking. I don't know. Do you get what I'm saying, bud?
I get what you're saying.
Showing up for the sake of showing up, to be consistent to yourself for showing up. Not so much the workout itself, but the habitual habit of showing up to where it makes it less hard to not show up the next day.
Right. So,
because if you take one day off, then it's easy to take 2 days.
That's right.
And if you take 3 days off,
Yep.
I guess what I'm saying is it's probably better to go through the motions and at least get out your fucking truck, walk into the gym, just pick up some weights and get some shit done, than just going straight home. How many times do you do that? Or do you show up every day just like,
I'm just ready to kill it, bro. I'm just here to fuck shit up. Yeah. I mean, everybody got the same shit. I mean, you don't feel like going to the gym, but some of the days that I don't feel like going, I have the best. Yeah. Not the best workout, but I feel really good.
Yeah, the endorphins start.
Yeah. So, I mean, but like you said, it's also the same thing of consistency, and showing up every day is way better than if you just, fuck, I don't feel like going, so I'm going to just skip today, versus I'm run the fuck down, my body's beat the fuck up, and I know I need a break. Yeah. To barely get back to it, then you take a break. But if you just going to fucking school, and you on day 4 of college classes on your 18 hours or whatever the fuck it is. Yeah.
Get to the fucking gym.
Yeah. Stop being a bitch.
Yeah, I think the going through the motions, I understand, because there's a lot of times I don't like going to the gym. I go for the mental health thing. I hate it. So sometimes for me, it's like just the fact of getting in there and going through the motions, like maybe putting on like 80% of something and doing it, is better than me just going home that day, which I do find myself doing. I don't do that often, but
I much rather see somebody be consistent at 80% than be inconsistent, but every time they go in there, I'm killing it, bro.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Slaying Goliath in here.
Yeah, you're going 3 days one week and 5 the next day, versus a motherfucker that goes 5 days every week at 80%.
What was that, pushing the rock up the hill, like that dude in Greek mythology or whatever I think it is, where he's like, if you stop pushing 1 second, it starts to roll down. So just consistency over time, going through the motion of just fucking 1 step, 2 step, push, get you there.
That's why the tortoise always won.
Yes, because he was consistent.
That's right.
Yeah, and we've talked about consistency. It definitely, like, I would say I've seen more gains in my lifts than I ever have, because I don't miss days and just stay super consistent. Even on days where like I said, I don't push it, like I'm worn out from something, just showing up and putting the weight on, and at least like pulling, is still going to build, some strength, because you're going to build some strength in a sense, because if I didn't do that at all, I wouldn't have built anything, but I'm doing it, so I'm building something. Right. That doesn't mean you're going to not get weaker, but it's a very
consistency.
It's a nuanced conversation.
Is the key. I mean, you wearing that silly Astros hat. Every Astro pitcher didn't go to the pros because they wanted to take a day off. They went throw every day. Yeah. Every home run hitter didn't take a day off. They went hit every fucking day. Yeah. It's the same thing. You have to be consistent at what you do to be good at it.
Dude, so speaking of consistency, I've been very consistent with my deadlifts, and I'm going to toot my own horn here. Every set now, I said, once I did every set, at 495, which is 5 plates, every set in one day, I was no longer able to go below that.
Mm-hmm.
And I did it like a month ago, and I gotta tell you, that shit fucking sucks.
It's hard, ain't it?
Because I used to use a so for instance, 455 would be like my starting set. I would get there, start feeling that out, how I felt that day. Then I'd do 475 for a set, and then see how I felt and go up. But I would count those as sets. That's warm up now, big guy. You can't count that. That don't count for shit. So man, like 455, it's funny because 455 sounded out of range, and like I'll never be able to lift that from one. Now that's like a chunk. Like I don't even bat an eye at 455. I don't know how many times I can rep it, but it doesn't bother me. I can rep that shit.
But have you blew your booty hole out yet?
No.
Okay.
I knock on wood.
Obviously, you ain't trying to lift heavy enough.
Dude. Oh, I could show you some videos of me like fucking dying. But man, I'm telling you, I do 3 sets of 3 as heavy as I can go deadlift every Wednesday. And that starting at 495 hurts, because it's funny. I would start out, like I said, 455, and then it got to where I was starting at 475 would be my first set. Then I would throw on, like, say, 495, and the fact that I went so light on the first one, that third one I could crank it up. Like maybe put on 510 for a set of 3, which I've done. And, like, hell yeah. But now that starting point is at 495, let's say 90% of my 1 rep max and not 80%, that means every set is grinded out. So last week, I put on 495, did it for 2 sets, and I was like, all right, maybe I'll try 505. And it's like, fuck that, dude. It's just 3 sets of 3 at 495, and every one of them felt like just death.
Just take a day off.
No.
Yeah, I'm sure you need it. Take a Wednesday off.
I'm waiting for that breakthrough to where it's like, okay, like one of those sets inevitably, that probably that third one is going to go up to 505 for a set of 3. And then maybe the next week, 2 sets of 505. Yeah. And then you start to break through these like walls. Yeah. But right now I'm at this like very hard wall where 3 weeks in a row, it's all been sets of just like 495. I'm waiting to just crash through this thing. I got to pull 6 plates now. Like, which brings me into a giant question, which I wanted to talk to you about. And I think I've asked you, but I didn't get the answer I wanted. So I'm going to ask you again. At what weight does a deadlift become respectable? Like, I see you, motherfucker. Like, you're moving weight. Like, I'm not talking about like, oh, you're brand new hitting 315. That's pretty damn good, which it is. You know, it's damn good for a beginner. But at what point do you look at somebody that's been deadlifting and you're like, no matter how long you've been deadlifting for, 10 years, 20 years, 1 year, that weight equates to being like, God damn.
What you think? 2.5? 2.5 times your body weight?
Yeah, that's the golden rule. Yeah. That's the goal.
So you think 3 times?
But I'm talking about like actual weight. You know how like 500 kilos was like the like God level, no matter how big you were. Pulling, what is that, 1,100 pounds was like a big deal. What weight do you see it and you're like, no matter how big that person is, you're like, that dude's working. He's doing some weight.
Yeah, but I mean, you can still be 150 pounds and be strong as fuck.
That's what I'm getting at. But at what weight, though, do you walk into a gym? You don't know how long that person's been lifting for, what size they are or anything. But you see that weight on a barbell just sitting there, and you're like, damn, some motherfuckers in here lifting.
7 plates.
7 plates?
Yeah.
Damn, I got a ways to go.
Yeah.
Fuck.
You know I threw that out there because you said you wanted 6 plates. Huh?
If I, off the top of my head, 6 plates is 585.
775 would be 7 plates then.
God damn. I think I have right now, if I were to taper down off the triples, go down to double, get to the singles in the right way. But if I was already at that point of where I'm at right now with the 3s, I've got to have like a 565 deadlift, something like that, right in there, 570. So I'm close to that 6 plates. Man, 6 plates sounds crazy. You know what else sounds crazy? Pulling all those motherfuckers off after working out, dude. Holy shit.
Are you using the calibrated ones?
Yeah.
So do they feel any different?
They
pulling the calibrated plates?
They feel different. They don't shift as much.
Okay.
Because obviously I like the old school looking plates. And if I were to be filming a single or a video of them, you're going to want to use those because they look cool.
Far.
Well, not even that, they did the color. I like black, obviously, and dark colors. So they look cool. But I have noticed, like, if I'm going down, especially touch and go like we do, not fucking boom up, but like I touch and go lightly, they don't shift a lot. Okay. So when you're pulling straight up,
they're straight up and down.
They're straight up and down. Okay. They don't start to rock or move. And then I know you've probably set them up before, and you can see them like shift over like that, just sitting still. They don't do that. Yeah. They stay nice and straight. Okay. That's why I moved to those, because once I started getting to where I was pulling like uncomfortable weight every set,
you wanted to make sure it was
for safety for my own back and like my body. I don't want it rocking because I'm working out at like 90% plus every lift, right? So I don't want it moving and all of a sudden it tweaks my back just because I was too lazy to put on the calibrated plates.
Right.
My first goal before I hit that max now is to warm up. I go up by plates up to 405 now. That was like one of the coolest goals for me, was to not have to like do what would 375.
Yeah.
So yeah, for those at home, I would go like 135 one plate, 225 two plates, 315 three plates. But then at that point, I would have to put on like the 25s on that, pull a set at like 365 to kind of like, warm up a little bit more, and then put on 4 plates.
Right.
My goal back then was to be like, damn, dude, 4 plates. Like I can go
2, 3,
1, 2,
4.
and I can do that no problem now. I think I'm getting close to being able to just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which to me, that's a cool thing. I like a personal goal. But when I see other people do it, because I used to watch people just load plates, I'm like, fuck, dude, like I need another warm up set before I can pull that.
Right.
And they're just, another plate, another plate, another plate, another plate. Man, that looks cool.
They do have some strong people out there, though.
Yeah, especially what's his name? Oh, fuck, that dude that's pulling. He's pulling 500 keys.
Hook grip?
Yeah.
Jamal?
Yeah, Jamal.
Yeah.
He's got that hybrid stance pull, between sumo and conventional.
He's still cheating.
Yeah. Yeah, in that realm, if you're not pulling conventional wisdom talk, yes, cheating. But I mean, that's still moving a lot of fucking weight. He's a
strong ass dude.
Yeah, his bench and squat is up there too. Yeah. Not 500 keys level, but
I don't think too many people are benching 500.
Yeah. Well, what was that one? The big thing was to hit 1,000 on each of your lifts. Is that what it was? I think that one guy from West Side Barbell was like, the goal was to hit 3,000. Like, was it 3,000 total?
I don't know if anybody ever fucking hit 3,000.
I think one of those dudes did on that video from West Side Barbell.
I don't know.
Well, I think his deadlift was like, he was getting some from the other lifts.
No, I know that.
But it was like,
but still,
could you imagine having a 3,000 pound total?
Like,
I would wear a shirt that said that.
I mean, once you hit the 2,000 club, that's like the fucking, you are up there in powerlifting.
Yeah, yeah.
So to go from 2,000 to 3, that's a lot of fucking weight.
Rogue had this thing, the 1,000 club. Like you'd pay like $25, put your 3 lifts in, and if you hit 1,000, they would send you a shirt. So basically, you're just paying $25 for it, which is a cool idea, a little camaraderie. But I was like, dude, 1,000 pounds, I got that. I don't know where my total would be. I've been working on my bench again. Started benching again.
So it is bench press and not shoulder press if Rogue is doing it?
I believe so, yeah. Yeah, like they did the big 3. I'm debating on entering a powerlifting meet just to say I've done one. Mm-hmm. And then I know it sounds hokey, but after that, doing a bodybuilding one just to do it, just so I can have like I've done that before. And then on these have a little bit more knowledge into what the fuck I'm talking about.
Tell everybody what you did.
Yeah. Man, I'm a bodybuilder now. I just don't want to get sprayed by that shit, dude.
Yeah, you do. You want to go in there with just a sock on. Because they got to get your booty hole and everything.
I'd almost rather go in there naked and do
You
the
could do that
actual
too.
entire show than be sprayed bright fucking or dark orange, whatever color that is.
It's a tan.
It's not tan, dude. That's
Yes,
like
it's a fucking tan. They don't spray you orange.
it looks borderline orange.
No, it's a fucking tan. And they're going to spray your booty hole because you're going in there with just a sock.
Man, do they
And that
really?
shit's cold.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
What are they just like? They got to hit you like what 2-3 times?
Your white ass.
Yeah, my white.
You're going to have to go quite a few times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just lather me up. Why don't
Yeah.
they just let me get in a bathtub for the first one, and then they come back and do some fine tuning with the spray gun?
Or you could go out in the fucking sun.
It's
and
a
get
little.
a base layer.
I was out in the sun for a while when I was in Greece, like a good 3 weeks of like good tan, and then I never got back outside to the whole summer. Just fucking
You want to talk about this beer or no?
yeah. Let's talk about it. Where
How you like
God
it?
damn, 35 minutes of bullshitting. This beer's all right, dude.
Yeah.
It's fucking all right. You know, it really bums me out that this isn't a great beer.
Well, I told you, I don't think the Tin Roof, the first one we had, was any fucking good.
The fact that I don't remember if it was good or not means it probably wasn't very
wasn't.
good.
Bitch, this ain't nothing for you. These are the cheddar and sour cream.
We have had that.
Oh, I know we have.
That's a good. That I like that better than the other one. I'm not a big fan of Pringles wavy ones. They're too damn hard. It's like chewing on a hockey puck. I didn't mean it like that, Pringles. If you're looking to officially sponsor us.
It's not that they harder, they just thicker.
Yeah.
It's more chip.
Yeah, that's what they all tell me.
Yeah.
All right. I honestly had this whole entire thing planned out about what we were going to talk about, and I don't think we talked about anything on the fucking list. So, you got anything you want to talk about?
No, I'm good.
Man, I guess we can just
I'm just enjoying the conversation.
yeah, I've been mind vomiting for the last 2 episodes. We went over the fitness trainers. That's the only thing I had. All right. Oh, we can end it off with this because this is a funny story. Let me make sure I'm saying this right. Someone starts filming you in their skit without permission, like what they did with Henry the other day. Do you want to explain that story? Or do you want me to explain it and then you give us an opinion? Okay, so we're at the gym. This is the one day, like we were talking about, where I got to work out with you and Henry on back day. These 2, TikTok guys or whatever, one of them's dressed up like a sheriff or something like that with the mustache, glasses, and he was apparently some foreign police or some shit like that. And we heard him like yelling with some other guy on a press, "Oh, come on, whatever. They're over there. Who cares?" Well, Henry's on this, what would you call that? I don't know how the name of whatever pool that is.
Chest assisted T-bar roll.
That's why we have Bud here for our bodybuilding knowledge. He's on the chest assisted T-bar row. So he's how do you explain it? He's laying on a pad. Yeah.
At a 45-degree angle, pulling weight from here
Straight up to the chest.
to him.
Yeah. Well, this guy comes up behind him and is like, "Oh, trying to give this big
Yeah.
what the fuck? What was it? What's he doing?" It annoyed me so much that like I can't even explain it. He went over there and was trying to, give a form check and yell and be loud without permission at all.
Yeah.
And especially he snuck up on me because I had his back to him. I don't know if you saw him walking over.
No.
But yeah, so it surprised all 3 of us when he just came out of nowhere filming and everything like that.
Yeah.
We're like, what the fuck? What's your viewpoint on that? It's going to be a cussing riddled explanation.
It's a good thing that we live in a civilized world because and nowadays bullshit ass fucking culture of the pussification of the United States that we are fucking currently in. If you would have smacked this fucking kid and told him get the fuck out of here, or that little beanpole that was holding the camera, if you smacked the fucking camera out of his hand, one, you're getting sued, you're going to fucking court, you probably lose your job and you got to pay a fucking bunch of money for these idiots acting a fucking ass in a public place where they coming in your personal space and they coming in your personal space when you didn't invite them and just being fucking obnoxious.
Yeah, that's why I put in there without permission. Like, if he would have walked up and said something, I have a feeling both you and I would have probably been like, oh, whatever. I have a Kilos and Ounces shirt. I would have said, hey, make sure you get the shirt in or something like that.
Yeah.
I probably would have been cool with it and made a good laugh with it. It was the fact that he came out of nowhere and it was like, oh, what the fuck is going on?
For one, them two fucking cocksuckers don't know any three of us.
Yeah, I've never seen them.
Second of all, I guarantee you I would not be friends with this motherfucker. Third of all, you don't know if the person's doing this exercise, if they know what they're doing, if you're going to scare them, if they're going to fucking jerk pull them. I mean,
yeah, injury.
That's the dumbest fucking thing, but that's what the fuck that place breeds. That's why I fucking hate that fucking gym.
So I can tell you that video did not get posted because I went and looked for it. Mm-hmm. And I think I tried to make it unfilmable for him to post because then I started using the F word, like fuck, kept saying that as they were filming. Also, I told him to get in there and touch his ass. No, get in there and touch his ass. Like, put your hands on his fucking ass.
And that's when I told them don't fucking touch him.
They weren't able to use that film because I saw the film from the other one posted because I went and found it to see, who the fuck these people are.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, they didn't use a clip of us three because I tried to make it unusable. Once I realized what was going on, I was like, I am going to just cuss up a storm in this thing.
I'm glad that kid's doing good for himself that owns fucking Alpha Lead, but as far as Alpha Lead as a fucking gym as a whole, fuck that place.
I love working out there. Like, the music there is great, and I wouldn't make a change of anything. Even the long walk from the parking lot.
Well, that's your warm-up. Everybody needs that.
Yeah. The fact that I have to click in every time. Can't just walk in. I like the fact that I have to walk all the way back through it to leave. I can't just go out the front gate real quick.
Well, something had. Well,
I found out what was happening because I asked. Why too many people were being let in that weren't paying. Like, people were going out opening the doors for others. So now if they see somebody go in that direction, they know, like, oh, they're letting somebody in. Yeah, like, people were like skating it. They won't pay that fucking $30 to go work out for one day.
Fuck, yeah, exactly.
Lower the goddamn price down, and people would be like, all right, I guess I'll go in and pay. It is. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of. We sound like two old men.
Yes.
And we've gone too far, I think. I think this episode's gone way too long.
This is actually a shitty beer. This is not a good beer.
Yeah, I wouldn't drink this again.
No.
For a pale ale, too, it just seemed. I don't know anything about brewing a beer other than you heat up some fucking water and shit.
Yeah, balls,
but
some shit.
If I was in the game, in all honesty, if I was in the game, I'd figure it out and come up with something better than this.
Yeah.
It's not that good.
So, Tin Roof, this is the second beer we had by y'all, and I don't like neither one of them.
I need to look up.
And I'm from Louisiana.
You are 40 minutes away from Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
And you don't like it.
It still sucks.
You need to tell your boy to start bringing some better beer.
No, I bought this whenever I went back home.
Oh, well, you need to start buying better beer when you
my money
go to
man.
Louisiana.
My money man brought the powder.
He's got good taste. that
you wanted to try it.
What were you doing? What were you thinking when you went and bought that?
The can look cool.
Man, it does look cool. It'll look good.
All right, let's end this bitch.
All right, cheers, everybody. Have a good one.
Cheers, guys.